What's going on, guys? Kulprit here, and welcome back once again to my Ever Action Review series. Today I'm going to give you my first gameplay from the Naval Strike DLC. As we know, it was delayed a little bit, just recently released. This is my first ever Rush match. Now, I didn't have a lot of hopes for Rush on Naval Strike. I think I've talked about that in the video before. Rush tends to need to be linear. As we were looking at these map previews, they were more circular, square. Usually doesn't hold up very well for Rush. How did I wind up playing Rush? Well, there weren't many servers. This was this Monday morning. Whatever the first day was that this launched, I kind of got on. There wasn't a lot of servers. I think because it wasn't announced, all of a sudden they were like, oh, by the way, here you go. There wasn't a lot of servers out there, so it was like mixed mode servers and things, so I got in and I ended up on Rush. So it decided to be fun to kind of do this. Here's my first bit of advice to you guys. If you're going to do this, go low. If your belly's not dragging on the sand, you're not doing it right. You have to swim quite a bit. Go underwater. Don't get sniped off. Quickly, I learned that. You probably all have learned that yourself as well. Wasn't sure if you even needed to come up for air there, but since I was so low on health, I decided not to risk it. Basically, you know, I decided it'd be fun to kind of give you my first match of Rush here. One that I actually enjoyed. I actually had a good time with this. I really liked what I experienced here. I see some potential, surprisingly enough. This is just on Lost Islands. You know, it's the one with the plane in the middle. It's interesting how it's a square circular map, but the way they designed the Rush map itself is kind of linear as it goes all the way around the plane. We'll see how that plays out as people learn power positions and snipers learn those sniper nests and things. But I wanted to bring you my first Rush and talk about that a little bit. I'm not going to so much critique my play because it's not really fair. I'm completely, I mean, the theme of this video is disoriented. This is pretty funny here. I go for the revive watch, whoop! I get hit by a quad and it drags me all out of the way. I just left it in there because I thought it was kind of funny. I remember at the moment being like, what the hell is going on? I thought it was like a server glitch or something. I wanted to bring you my first match, talk about that. Like I said, the theme of this is disorientation. I'm confused, disoriented. First time on a map, obviously. And you guys know I am changing quite a few things in my game. I've been sick for the last week or almost two. Haven't played much Battlefield at all, to be quite honest. A couple hours maybe over the last 10 days or so. Just been dog tired and things, and I'm just trying to do the right thing, take rest and get back healthy, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm still a little congested, but I'm on my way back. Energy levels coming back. I'm excited to be back in the driver's seat, especially with Naval Strike coinciding with that. So look for a lot of videos coming. But I just want to kind of do my first Rush video, talk about it, tell you what I liked, enjoyed, and things. And then let's see if that holds up. Maybe I'll revisit this map in Rush in a couple weeks and see if I still feel the same way. Or if right now it's just kind of the newness effect is kind of really kind of, you know, taking over me and my judgment. I'm always interested to see how my judgment is. I'm using the AR-160. Still, unfortunately, I have like 400 kills with this gun. All my quote-unquote good optics, the Coyote, the Cobra, the HD-33, they're all still locked in battle packs. It's so frustrating. I know it's going to be the last battle pack that I get a decent optic. I tend to like holoscopes, but I don't like all the blockage this one gives me. This was a thing I did a lot. I ran out of ammo quite a bit, but that's because you're forced to take such long shots. I found the AR-160 was really well suited for this. The Scar H would be pretty well suited. You're going to be taking a lot of medium, even long-range shots on this map. Obviously, the map itself wide open. Again, it circles around the plane. It's very thin. It's not very wide. As you can see, we're on these little islands. One thing I really do like is the terrain, the undulating terrain. You're a lot of times low ground, attacking high ground. These classic infantry matchups. It's not so much like Paracel or these other open, you know, jungly type maps that we're used to, in that it has a lot more cover than most of those classic kind of jungle, you know, forested environments that we play. All these rocks and outcroppings and things provide a lot of good cover, and you can really move pretty good, but it does obviously provide some good, you know, defensive positions for the defenders. Right here is a perfect example. I'm basically here just firing for effect. I'm firing to keep their heads down. I might get a headshot or two, maybe, you know, off the head glitch there. But I'm really just trying to keep their head down, not letting them ADS on us and pick us off as we run down the beach. You'll see me just take a bunch of fire at them. I know I have an ammo pack there, so I'm good. I can shoot as much as I want, and that's what I'm trying to do. Decide I got to make a move here. We can't just get stopped here. That's one of the things in this map. You cannot get fully stopped as the attacker, because then you just, if you let the defense fortify too much, bring in things like the artillery, the attack boats, or whatever, you're going to be in a lot more trouble. You have to keep moving. You have to keep pushing them and keep them on their heels. Your match is going to go a lot better. Should have won that gunfight. I remember that gunfight. Just, you know, I couldn't decide, rush, stay back, whatever. I was kind of in limbo there. Bad decision on me, bad play. He got me with the MTAR on the recon. I wasn't expecting him to have an actually faster firing weapon. I did recognize he was recon. I thought I could kind of outplay him a little bit with my better kit for that engagement. Turns out he had an all-kit weapon. Good job to him. Again, just trying to keep their heads down as we're moving up here. This, to me, is classic infantry. You know, we're behind, you know, this could be urban, this could be whatever, happens to be on rocks. Just trying to kind of get them off their, they have a superior position. I sacrificed, you know, the high ground here to come down here, which I know I'm in a bad spot, especially if boats or something come around, but I'm trying to get a flank on because you can't run directly at it. Luckily, there seems to be some pretty good cover back here. Hard to pick guys out of these trees. That's a little bit frustrating, but that's kind of the environment you're in, so that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, overall, I enjoyed this round. As you see, there's some quirks and things. It's a full round. Goes to the last MCOMs. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. Tell you either way if we get them or don't. But you can see I'm trying to methodically work. It's this sense of paranoia, you know, that when you're playing your first maps, and I'm going to kind of go on a tangent here if I may. You know, it's a sense of paranoia, disorientation. You're lost. You don't know which way to go. Is this cover? This seems like great cover. I don't know. Is somebody shooting me in the back? Is there a sniper, a line of sight on me that I don't know about? It's very kind of, you know, you're always paranoid. And the first time you play maps, it's always that sense. And I enjoy that. It's frustrating at the same time. You know, but everybody kind of waits until they play the map 10, 20 times or something, and you're comfortable. You know where you want to play. You know, you kind of have your routes planned out. You have your strategy, and it's always just fun for me to kind of use that as kind of, you know, as I lay in bed after playing a couple rounds and my mind's winding down, I think about, like, people in the real world that fight and you know, storming the beach in Normandy and probably more, you know, a parallel here, you know, maybe the Pacific Theater in World War II where they're storming the beaches, trying to take over these little islands, much like you see here. And these people, you know, they didn't have intel, they didn't have drones, they didn't have all that. They hit the ground, they hit the beach, they knew there would be sand there, they knew there was going to be bullets flying on them. They didn't know where the cover was going to be. They didn't really know what their objective was. Their objective was to stay alive and get a foothold, right? And it's like they didn't know where the defenders are going to be. They didn't know where the advantageous positions were. They didn't really know where the really bad kill boxes were. And you had to figure that stuff out on the fly, and I can't imagine how terrifying that must have been. And I just know from playing this and just feeling that sense of disorientation and, you know, trepidation and paranoia, man, and when your actual life is on the line in the real world, I mean, that's got to be terrifying, flat out. So I'm not trying to draw parallels between what we do in the video game world and what people do in real life, you know, the fine people that, you know, risk their lives for these things. But it's nice to kind of use that sometimes for perspective. Now, to jump back into the fantasy world, this is something you're going to have to see a lot. Guys, get used to this. Introduce yourself to this. Smoke them if you got them. Everybody should. There should be one guy in every squad, at least one guy. Look at that body flying. That's carrying smoke. And you can see here, I find that we had tried to assault this a couple times. Our guys were getting chewed up. You can see all the snipers back there. That's one of those things. I don't know if this is just going to be a problem with Naval Strike. Obviously, these maps are very conducive to sniping, or if it's just people don't know the maps, so they're kind of playing a lot more passive. I know there's a new sniper rifle and things. Are so many people sniping because of that? Or are we just seeing a product of these maps with the long lines of sight? I think it's a little bit of both. Obviously, I think sniping is going to be an issue on these maps. How do you combat sniping and guys like that? You smoke it out. You smoke them out. They can't see you. You can get up, get the MCOMs. We were able to get them. I feel as though I played a part in that. I didn't really get too many kills. I didn't arm the MCOMs myself. But by keeping a barrage, I was able to team up with that, you know, support guy who put some ammo down for me. I was just to keep the smoke down and just keep that whole ridge smoked. They couldn't see through it so well. It's not as effective as it was in Battlefield 3, but it's still an effective tool. And to me, it's absolutely crucial on this map. I just don't see how we would have advanced without it. You see, I've used it throughout. I've used it a couple times there. I'm going to use it a little bit in the future here. This is pretty fun. Jump off. Oh, that thing just was right in underneath me. Excuse me. Still recovering. Obviously, it's still kind of congested. This is another theme that I had. I was trying to keep up. I didn't know where I was going. A lot of these guys clearly had been playing a little bit. They knew where they were going. I didn't. First match, I was just kind of following the crowd, trying to support them, playing a support role more than anything. Just trying to help the team. It was pretty clear, like I said, that it's not just one you can run right up the middle and expect to have success. The defenders have some pretty serious advantages. You're going to see here as I crest this hill, that they have a lot of high ground. They have a lot of cover. You have to cross a river. It's quite daunting, to be quite honest. And again, I was able to hook up. I don't even know. I should have looked if this was the same support guy or not. I'll have to check as I rewatch this. It'd be pretty funny if it was. And here again, I'm trying to get some shots. My accuracy is not that great still, guys. I feel like I'm seeing improvements, and I'm gonna again get back into that in some direct videos. But I'm basically just firing to kind of keep their heads down. I'm assuming I have teammates that are trying to cross this river in front of us and get to the other side. So I'm just trying to help, distract the enemy, keep their heads down, not let them just chew them up. And once I kind of get a feel that, we have some guys over there and they're combating them over there, then I'm going to try to move it myself. I don't go to make a move here. I remember this and I'm like, wait, maybe I should reload my smoke. I might need it again. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm letting my smoke reload on his ammo pack there, and then I kind of hit the road and move on. I feel like we've got a decent little force up there. We've got some blues on the hill, so it's time to move up. Again, I don't really know where I'm going. I have a general direction. I've seen some of the preview footage from the YouTubers that went to the early access, and I knew about this grotto, but I didn't realize what went on in there. This is welcome to Operation Grotto. It's basically the Natural Rock Metro. It's much the same. I don't know this enough. You're going to see we get gummed down in here. It's obviously very, very hard to assault. The idea, again, you guys tell me more than me tell you, but for what I gather in my one round playing, obviously you can do this dance here that I'm doing. I remember doing it, I don't really like this. I don't want to do this for too long. It's only going to allow them to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And eventually I try to move on. We made a mistake here. We armed the other one first. You should always, obviously this, is it A in here? No, it's B down below, it looks like. You want to leave B. You want to leave them both up until you get B. A looks like the easier one. You want to get some guy with a boat, an attack boat, over on the side to the left there. It's open. You can get a boat in there. Really kind of, pull those ticks out of the rocks, if you will, because these defenders get pretty dug in there. But you got to watch out, because if you don't control the high ground, you don't control the ground above this grotto, it's very easy to take that boat out with some rockets and things. So you have to kind of get some guys up there, control the high ground. Maybe then you're going to get A, but I'd rather you hold it off. Let the defenders think they need to defend both. And then pull a boat in there. Just get some boat fire in there, suppress them, get some easy kills, that kind of stuff. And then you'll see I finally kind of change it up. I get tired of this dance. We get into the grotto here, the Operation Grotto as I called it. And, this is fun sometimes. Don't get me wrong. It's this kind of like leverage inches and things. Thank you, sir, for dropping that ammo pack. If you're the same support, man, kudos to you. You've been great. I can't tell you. I mean, I never understand. I played on the carrier quite a bit, too. A couple rounds of domination. I don't understand why there's not ammo packs every 4 feet on that carrier. But nobody drops ammo. I don't understand it. Probably because they're all carrying, like, claymores and air bursts or whatever. But anyway, it's a tangent. We'll get to that another day. Here you see I moved up. Now the bluebees come. Sometimes all you got to do is you got to show them, hey, guys, time to take some initiative. I'm thinking smoke again. I don't know what's around this corner. And I still don't know, because I never actually get to cross it. But you'll see me make a dumb move, what seems like a dumb move to you guys. But I was just taking a shot. I was like, maybe there's some cover over here or something. But I'm tempted, honestly, to go on like a private server and walk through here, an unpopulated server, and just look and be like, all right, when I run around this corner, is there anywhere for me to go? Because look at this guy, the rockets. There's a lot of guys, snipers that sit over in that area by the MCOM. I've never physically been over there, but I know it's hard to hit guys over there. They have a lot of cover. We have none. We have this corner. That's it. As your teammates start to stack up on you, it becomes a big old liability. You see me kind of, I don't know where I'm at exactly in the video right now, but you see me eventually kind of make a move. It looks dumb, like I mentioned. I run over there to the left towards the water, thinking maybe there's a little cliff there and I could kind of just get a different angle on things. I didn't want to run around the corner because I didn't know. I just didn't know, like in the rocks, is there another set of cover there? If you guys know, tell me, because the next time I'm sure I'm going to get in this mess. Like I said, I'm feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. I don't like, I see that guy go there, and he obviously had the same idea, so I'm like, I wonder if there's something over there, but, you see there's a little dip, so I'm thinking maybe I can get in there and do the opposite of what these guys are doing. It didn't really occur to me that I just wiped out 3 or 4 guys pretty easily, so maybe there isn't cover over there, but we're getting gummed up. We're getting kind of, halted here, so I wanted to try something. This was probably our best chance. And I'm just trying to shoot long. I see these guys going again. I don't see any obvious cover up there. I know there's rocks up there, but I don't know if I can make that. And you're pretty easily taken off of that with some grenades or what have you. And there's probably a claymore there. So I'm kind of at my wit's end here. Don't know what to do. I'm trying to push up. I'm just trying to suppress. And I'm just shooting at Doritos is really all it is. I don't even see people. I just see people marked and I'm shooting at them. It's kind of tough. I see the blue guys up there. I'm like, come on. I'm just trying to keep their attention. Let these guys hopefully back rage. It obviously doesn't happen. So you push up here and just get chewed up. So there's not really much there. Look at that guy. How did I not see that guy? Is he behind there? He looks like he's laying on top of the rock. I never saw him. I don't know how he never got marked. He must be some kind of depression there or something. I never saw that guy. I was shooting the guys up on the top. But I was pushing for those rocks there. Never got there. I think the best bet is probably be in the water maybe. Get a little cover. I just don't know. You're going to need support from a different angle here. Like I said, the boat, or what I end up doing here shortly is I end up flanking around the other side, taking the long way around, trying to get in on the back rage, and then just trying to hold off the reinforcements so they can't get in there, hoping that your blues that are then attacking from this side can thin them out, make the push, get the MCOM. Because, all focus is on this MCOM now. I'm sure they're spawning on their squad mates. If there isn't a, recon beacon in there, they should, or a spawn beacon, there should be, unless we keep blowing it up. But I don't have the, 320 would probably help here too. The actual high explosives would probably be, probably more beneficial to us at this point. The smoke Sure, it might suppress them a little bit, but they kind of know where they need to shoot, whether they see people there or not, especially if you got some LMGs. See, this is the move I'm talking about. I was just looking for any old kind of cover over here just to get a different angle. Just nothing doing there. Nothing going on, and you guys, they got the big rock there. I mean, they got it pretty locked down, so I'm like, screw that. I'm not playing that dance anymore. This is all the way around the other side. I spawned in on a squad mate. I think I even had to change squads. Don't be afraid to do that, guys. Unless, you know, if you're playing with your friends, obviously it's a different case. But if you're in randoms, drop out of one squad, join another one, see if that gives you better options. It might just give you better spawn options. This whole boundary thing is so frustrating. I don't understand how they decide this. This guy, thank God he has 0 awareness, or I would have been dead. But I'm like, the boundaries are just so irregular, and I wish they would move the boundaries back. Because watch, you'll see what I do here. You know, I try to come up here and kind of establish a position. I have a squad mate with me. They're spawning up over to my like 10 or 11 o'clock now. Up over that hill. You see the path go up the hill there. That's where they're spawning. You can see them on the mini-map right now. At least that's a spawn beacon. I don't know if that's their actual spawn. I'm just noticing the spawn beacon now. We come in here trying to kind of get a little bit of back rage. I see I have other teammates there. Let them go. I'm going to try to cut off the reinforcements. See, there's the spawn beacon where they're spawning. I don't know. Maybe that's not their actual spawn now that I'm realizing this. But anyway, they're spawning back here. I want to get over here and get them. The boundary's really kind of aggressive for them. I can't get up there and really hold them off like I want to. We're not able to get the stop. Now, I should have mentioned this in the beginning. I think this was like a 50 or 60 man server, so it was a lot of people, too many people. So that could be some of the issues I was having. It was a pretty big server. Again, not my ideal choice, but I didn't have much of a choice. There wasn't many servers out there. But overall, guys, I really enjoyed that round, actually. I thought there was a lot of thinking going on, you know, moves and counter moves and things. And I'm kind of, you know, enthusiastic about Rush now a little bit. I understand. I've seen some of the, you know, Wavebreaker and the other one, the Nansha Strike. I'm a little leery on, but Lost Island seems pretty cool. And I've heard good things about this map on Carrier Assault as well, kind of conquesty. So it seems like one good map at least as I get into play more. I'm going to do more of my first impressions maybe tomorrow or the next day. I just want to get some more hours in. I don't want to be doing it too early. I just haven't played all the game modes, and there seems to be quite a few. Played a bunch of Domination. Really kind of enjoyed that. I think it was Nansha Strike. Yeah, it was Nansha Strike, I think. Really kind of cool map. I enjoyed that. The carrier is okay. It's kind of break out your shotgun, go have fun. But I'm going to get more of that in a video. I know this was a long one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I wanted to kind of, like I said, bring you my first Rush experience. Then we'll do this again in a couple weeks and see if it holds up or if I've just totally just had a weird kind of placebo effect and I'm just so excited for something new that it's clouding my judgment. So let me know in the comments, guys, how are you finding Rush specifically in Naval Strike? Again, I didn't have high hopes for it, but at least I had a good experience here. So maybe we're in for, you know, a little bit better, even if it's just on 1 or 2 maps. So like always, guys, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for being patient with me while I've been kind of AFK and, you know, under the weather, but I'm back. Expect some more content rolling out, and I will look forward to talking to you soon, guys. Take care.